Hey, BassGeek here, and today it's part 2 of the winter gear buyer's guide. So I want to talk to you about something that's probably not what you think based on the intro or what I want to talk to you about. It's something over the past 2 seasons, during the winter, during the early spring, that I've started using, that really I've come to understand how important it is from a safety aspect. But before we get into all that, I want to say again, thank you guys for all the well wishes. You can tell I'm feeling a little better. You know, I've still got a little hack, so you might hear me coughing throughout some videos or something like that. And for all you guys that really have stuck and hung in there with me, I've got a little treat for you. Now, if you want them, it's fine. If you don't, it's fine too. But I've got about 50 of these. So I'll make you a deal. Now, don't click off of here after I tell you how to get these. But if you want a sticker, just comment below #BassGeek, all right? And shoot me an email, or I'll tell you in the comment section if you're one of the ones, first 50. And I'll put my email in the comments, and you can send me your address, and I'll send you one of these stickers out. So you can see about how big they are. But that's just my way of saying thanks to you guys. So the top 50, just, comment #BassGeek. The first 50, I'll send you my email address, and I'll send you a sticker out, of course, if you want one. Now, if you've already got one, maybe let some of the other people get one, if you don't mind. But, if you need a second one, hey, you got a truck and you got one on your truck, or you got one on your boat and you want to put one on your truck, I get it. I'm okay with that. All right. So let's get back to talking about, the cold weather gear. Now, guys, this is something that I've gone a little different way than a lot of people. And that's the goggles. Guys, these are ski goggles. I got these from Amazon. I don't know how to say this. Zionor. And of course, I'll leave the link in the description. I got these from Amazon. And what I like about these, well, there's a lot of stuff that I like about these. You'll notice, I've got a big hair on that. You'll notice that I've got the amber lens in. Now, these things only run me about $19. There's a lot of guys you'll see, the pros using the Oakleys. If you can afford that sort of stuff, I don't know who all makes them, but for me, I'm not going to use them a lot during the summer, and I'll get into that a little more as we go. And I'm not going to use them a lot, really any other time, but sort of very late fall, once the cold weather starts, into very early spring. And they're really great. They're really great if you're riding in somebody else's boat, especially if it's those rainy days. And again, we'll explain as we go. Guys, there's a lot of different ways you can go. You can do the helmets. I know a lot of guys do the helmets. You can do the face shields, the full face shields. But man, those things are expensive. Helmets can be expensive. The higher end goggles can be expensive. And I'm just not going to use them that much. I mean, I'm just not. If it's summertime and it's hot, you're not going to see me throw a daggone helmet on. All right? You're not going to see me throw these on. I've got my sunglasses. That's generally what I'm going to leave on there. But during the winter time, especially on days like today, I know you can't tell, but it's really overcast. It's really gray. You got that sort of gray reflection in the water. And guys, for those of you that are out on bigger boats, what I discovered was that this color lens increases on these gray days the ability for you to see. And in the fall, when you get those fall rains and you get those fall floods and some of the lakes are lowering, we start seeing a lot of floaters, a lot of debris in the water. And this color lens, and again, 19 bucks, and this color lens really helps you see those things in the water that could, you know, cause damage to your boat or damage to yourself. And I was really impressed with that alone. If you go back and watch some of my winter videos from last year, you'll see at the end I kind of do a time lapse of me running back in and how dark it is. Well, I was amazed several times, especially the first time when I would pull into the marina and take these off, at the difference, the contrast in how dark it actually was. I was like, oh crap, I should have had my running lights on. And that's how much these increased how I could see in the lower light levels as the day come to the end. And so you can imagine, even on a cloudy day like right now, you know, in the intro, even when I put these on, how everything just pops. So that amber, that yellow color lens is incredible. Now the other thing, you know, when it's cold, I know a lot of our bass boats, we've got the windshield, but guys, come on, let's face it. When it's cold, your eyes, you'll squint more when you're doing a little more speed, and your eyes will water a lot. And that really decreases the ability you have to see those obstacles, obstructions, or even other boaters. And this is something that I can say, again, the first time that I put them on, broad daylight, the first time that morning I put them on, you've seen how I had my rain suit kind of cinched up around them, which is another reason why I really didn't care about, you know, like the helmet, because the rain suit I got, and that's another video, really cinches up around my hat, around my face. And you know, I know you can see the tip of my nose, but it'll even come up over top, I mean, to where I've got basically a slit. And the great thing about these is I keep my eyes wide open. They do breathe, they don't fog. You can see from the video before, or the intro in this video, they don't fog up. They've got vents, but they've got vents that are covered in kind of a sponge-like material. And so what ends up happening is that they do breathe a little bit. They allow that hot, moist air out so it doesn't fog the lens up, but it doesn't allow enough air in to blow into your eyes. Now, I was fishing Lake Cumberland on a BFL a couple years back, and you know, that lake at that time, well, during the blast off, there were guys that hit a log and threw the boater and the co-angler out. And I mean, that's just incredibly dangerous. And there were just log flows or log jams all the way across the lake. It was just so dangerous, and it was pouring the rain that morning during blast off too. The guy I was with navigated the boat real well, but as a co-angler, I won't lie, I was nervous. There was a lot of times he was taking hard lefts and hard rights. I had my sunglasses on, I had my rain suit, you know, tightened down. But amazingly, rain was still able to kind of go in underneath and sting my eyes. And I mean, I had a slit that was maybe an inch in my rain suit with my hat on. And, you know, I was still really having to kind of close my eyes. I couldn't see to help him navigate, or, you know, I really couldn't see what was coming at us. Maybe that was a good thing or a bad thing. But I noticed he was actually wearing these. He had a pair of the expensive Oakley ones, but, you know, he was telling me how really amazing using these goggles were. And you can get, now this is a plastic lens, so don't use the standard Rain-X. You can actually get a plastic Rain-X. It's made specifically for plastics, and you can spray the outside, coat it, wipe it off, and it'll, as you're going down the lake, it'll help that rain kind of, you know, shed right off. But I was really amazed. He let me try them, and I was really amazed at how well they worked in combination with my hat and my rain suit. And so that's kind of what inspired me to go out and start looking around and see if I can find these. And you know, guys, like I said, just from a safety aspect, if you've never done it, for 20 bucks, you're out there on a lake. And I know during the wintertime you're not flying around like you are in the summer. You know, most of the time I'm not. But I'm not gonna lie. I like to let her eat sometimes, even during the wintertime. But in low light levels, during rain, you know, even during the summer during rain, these aren't going to burn you up. Like I said, they breathe. And thus far, guys, this will be season 2 with them. They've held up real well. They've been in my boat. They've got wet. They've dried. They've got wet. They've dried. And I'm not having a problem. You know, the lenses are cheaper, so they're going to scratch easy. That's the one thing that I've noticed about them. But we're talking about a 20 buck pair of goggles, okay? So let's keep it in, you know, the right sort of mind frame here. We're not talking about the Oakley goggles, okay, or whatever, you know, high-end $300, $400, $500 goggles. We're talking about a $20 pair of goggles that you're going to use 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, maybe. And that's why I bought them. You know, the strap's good, they stay good and snug, they fit your face real well, and they increase your ability to see on cloudy, low light, choppy water, fall and winter days. Like I always say, there's links in the description to all of the products that I use and that are in these videos, right down to the hummingbirds, to my camera gear, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you go check that out, follow it out. All right, so like I said, you know, I'm not partners with this company, never talked about them, never heard about them until last year. I'm sure there's some better goggles out there for maybe around the same price, but like I said, I just didn't want to spend a lot of money, and these fit my budget at the time and what I want to use them for. So go out there, give it a try. Maybe if you want a little smaller goggle, I could definitely understand that. I think those goggles being just a little bit smaller would probably help. If you know, if you're like me, you like to wear a hat all the time, and it'd probably help fit everything together. Like I said, from a safety aspect, I think this is something that a lot of us don't think about. You know, a lot of us guys that's got the, you know, gasoline powered boats, you know, even your smaller, your 10, 15, 20 mile per hour boats, when you're out there, that amber lens is going to help you see what's in the water on those low light and choppy days, and it's going to help you keep your eyes open wider, so you're going to be able to see more of your surroundings. So guys, again, I appreciate the heck out of it. If you're one of the top 50 to comment first, comment hashtag BassGeek, but also tell me what you think about these goggles. Tell me what you use, or some things that helps you out. But I'm telling you, from a safety aspect, guys, because wintertime, you know, I always say I don't have fans and I don't have subscribers, I got friends. And just like you guys, you know, don't want to see anything happen to me, at least I hope most of you don't. You know, I don't want to see anything happen to you guys out there. And I know with the, you know, with the amount of gear that I have on during the wintertime, I'm not real sure if my life jacket would float my big rear end and all the gear once it got filled with water and soaked with water. I know that my boat doesn't have a ladder, so I don't know that I could get back in the boat, which I know is very dangerous. But so, you know, this is something that I do highly recommend during the wintertime from a safety aspect. So comment what you guys use below. Leave me some comments just saying hey, let me know you guys are still out there. Appreciate you guys coming around, hanging around, waiting for me to get back. This is year 4 of this channel, and I think this is the longest I have ever went and not put a video out, and that always makes me feel like I'm letting you guys down. So I really appreciate all the well wishes and stuff, you know, for me to get better. For you guys that don't know, I had and still slightly have double pneumonia, which is pneumonia in both lungs. And, you know, it hit me pretty hard, I ain't gonna lie. All right, anyway, enough of that. As always, questions and comments in the comments section below. Be one of the first 50 and get you a BassGeek sticker. I appreciate you guys sticking them on your trucks, your vehicles, your cars, your boats, your kayaks, whatever you stick it on. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring my bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. And I promise you, we're getting out on the water soon. And we're going to finally get out on the water in the little boat, if all goes well, this next week. As always, you guys rock.